Orion 100B is being talked about for one wild reason. It was reportedly trained for about $1.25 per hour. That immediately raises the obvious question: how is a 100 billion parameter AI model even possible at that cost? And is this real efficiency innovation or just clever framing of cloud economics? Because traditionally, training models at this scale costs millions. You're talking about massive GPU clusters, distributed training across thousands of hours, and infrastructure bills that usually make AI research something only big labs can afford. So when a model like Orion 100B appears with ultra-cheap training cost claims, it naturally grabs attention. The key idea behind Orion 100B isn't magic, it's optimization. Instead of brute force training, systems like this rely on techniques such as more efficient data pipelines, mixed precision training, better hardware utilization, and smarter distributed scheduling. In simple terms, it's not that the model was trained cheaply in absolute terms, it's that compute time was used far more efficiently than traditional setups. And that distinction matters, because when you look at AI breakthroughs today, the real competition isn't just model size anymore, it's how efficiently you can train and run those models without wasting compute. That's where newer architectures and training strategies start to matter just as much as raw parameter count. But here's where the discussion splits. On one side, supporters argue that Orion 100B represents a shift toward democratized AI training, where powerful models are no longer locked behind billion-dollar budgets. On the other hand, skeptics point out that $1.25 per hour doesn't include the full picture: pre-training experiments, failed runs, infrastructure costs, and engineering overhead that often get excluded from simplified cost claims. And that's where Reddit discussions get especially critical. Many users argue that headlines like this are misleading because they compress complex distributed training costs into a single number that sounds revolutionary but doesn't reflect real-world total spending. Others counter that even if the framing is simplified, the efficiency gains are still impressive compared to older training pipelines. So after breaking down the claims, the engineering logic, and the community reaction, Orion 100B isn't really about a miracle $1.25 training cost. It's about something more important. AI training is getting cheaper, faster, and more optimized. But the real cost is no longer just money. It's infrastructure design, efficiency engineering, and how you intelligently use compute instead of how much compute you throw at the problem. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.